Are we alone in the universe? This question has puzzled mankind since the dawn of time. And these two tiny alien human-like bodies, about a foot long with elongated heads and 3-fingered hands found deep within an ancient diatomite mine in Cusco, Peru, just might prove to be the key to the answer. Carbon dating shows them as being over 1,000 years old. But what's even more astonishing is that DNA analysis revealed that 1/3 of their DNA is of unknown alien origin. Hang on tight, because we're about to embark on a journey where the truth will be stranger than fiction. Jaime Maussen, a Mexican journalist and UFO enthusiast, has spent his entire career searching to find the truth about extraterrestrial life. And it was on one fateful day, while scouring every inch of an ancient diatomite mine in Cusco, Peru, that he stumbled upon something that promised to change the course of history forever. Why diatomite? No, not dynamite, diatomite. And I'm glad you asked. Diatomite is a sedimentary rock made up of the fossilized skeletons of aquatic algae known as diatoms. These microscopic little horror shows have been essential for understanding the history of the Earth. They tell us all sorts of things, like the Earth's geological timescale going back as far as 65 million years ago, climate change, oceanic and atmospheric circulation, evolutionary history, and a whole lot more. But they've also been found in meteorites, meaning they originated from outside of the Earth. This has led some scientists to believe that diatoms exist on other planets and may have played a big role in the origin of life here on Earth. So they're kind of a big deal. Maussen's team had been excavating the mine for months when one day they discovered 2 small humanoid bodies. With elongated heads, 3-fingered hands, lack of any teeth, and a miniature size of 1 foot in length, they defied all explanations and hypotheses as to how these creatures could have come to be found on Earth. Maussen and his team, they knew they were onto something really big. But something about these mummified remains didn't quite add up. Little did Maussen's team know that their discovery would spark a global frenzy and ignite a firestorm of debate among scientists, skeptics, and enthusiasts alike. Maussen had just made the discovery of a lifetime, or did he? In early 2024, Maussen's team voluntarily conducted a series of intense examinations, using cutting-edge technology and techniques on the tiny creatures. Carbon dating revealed that the aliens were preserved over 1,000 years ago, shattering any notion of them being modern-day hoaxes or misidentifications. The DNA analysis, however, was where things got really interesting. The results were astounding. A staggering 30% of the aliens' DNA proved to be of unidentified, unknown origins, leading scientists to speculate that this was conclusive proof of extraterrestrial life. And Maussen himself was ecstatic about the findings. He had finally found the smoking gun that proves we might not be alone in the universe. The implications were profound, with the DNA analysis suggesting an extraterrestrial connection. It was at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM, where the real work began. And yes, it's a real university with a long history dating back to 1551, when it was known as Inception. The Royal and Pontifical University of Mexico. Let's be honest, both names sound like they've been ripped from the pages of a fantasy novel, but I assure you, they're very real. The work being done by UNAM scientists is anything but fictional. Using carbon dating techniques, they were able to determine that the alien creatures were indeed over 1,000 years old. This led me to ask, how does carbon dating work? Nope. Carbon dating, also known as radiocarbon dating, is a method used to determine the age of organic materials that are as old as up to 50,000 years. It works by measuring the amount of radioactive carbon-14 within a given sample. Carbon-14 is formed in the Earth's atmosphere where nitrogen is struck by cosmic radiation. It falls to the Earth where it's absorbed or consumed by living organisms. When the living organism dies, it stops absorbing carbon-14 from the environment, and the existing carbon-14 within the organism begins to decay. Carbon-14 has a steady half-life of 5,700 years. A half-life is the time it takes for half of the original amount of carbon-14 to disappear. By measuring the remaining amount of carbon-14 and comparing it to the expected amount of carbon-14 in a living organism, scientists can calculate how long ago the specimen died. The university's findings were significant. But as I already mentioned, it was the DNA testing that really caught everyone's attention. The initial results showed that the alien creature's DNA did not match any known human or animal species. It was as if these beings had evolved in isolation, developing their own unique genetic code, or they came from somewhere else other than Earth. DNA testing is used to figure out what an organism is made of. Scientists carefully extract tiny genetic blocks from a sample. They then make millions of amplified copies of these rare and valuable blocks using polymerase chain reactions, or PCR. You'll remember PCR from Tibor! We're not allowed to say it's a forbidden word! After that, they look at specific parts of the copied DNA, comparing them to known samples inside a DNA database. With this comparison, scientists can determine an organism's genetic makeup and how it's related to other living and known organisms. And lastly, there was the physical examination of the creatures themselves, where scientists actually looked at them. This raised a whole new set of questions about their origins and their purpose here on Earth. The bodies are covered in unusual markings and symbols that couldn't be explained. The intricate designs are eerily reminiscent of advanced technology, hinting at a level of sophistication and knowledge that goes well beyond what we know about human history. The skeletal structure of the beings was also quite unique. Their elongated heads and three-fingered hands suggested an evolutionary development previously unknown within the human or animal evolutionary process. The skin, smooth and composed of an unknown organic makeup, has left even the most seasoned experts speechless. And then there's the striking absence of any teeth, a feature that is unheard of in any known human or most animal species. As the news of Maussen's discovery is beginning to spread, experts from various fields of study are now coming forward to offer their insights and analysis. Experts like Joshua McDowell, a former deputy district attorney for Colorado's 4th Judicial District Attorney's Office, has brought his own team of forensic experts to Peru to inspect the mummified bodies. McDowell's team includes a city coroner from Denver, a forensic anthropologist from Maryland's State Medical Examiner, and even his father, Dr. John McDowell, a forensic odontologist with extensive experience in identifying victims of catastrophic events, including the 9/11 terrorist attacks at the World Trade Center. McDowell's involvement in the analysis of the mummified remains adds a whole new level of credibility to the investigation, but not everyone is convinced that these aliens are extraterrestrial beings. Will Gagliano, a close friend of the archaeologist who first analyzed the mummified aliens, believes they are actually ancient dolls or artifacts created by human hands. He falls short of calling it a hoax by suggesting that the archaeologists who first examined the creatures may have been misled into thinking they were actually aliens. So I guess that settles it, right? Nope. Just as it seems like we're making some headway, a new development emerges. A letter signed by 11 researchers from San Luis Gonzaga National University in Ica, Peru, officially declares the authenticity of the specimens, and it lends a whole new layer of credibility to the alien theory. But what about Jaime Maussen, the Mexican journalist who initially discovered the mummified aliens? What's his connection to this mysterious find, and why is he so convinced that they are actually extraterrestrial beings? Jaime Maussen is a leading figure in ufology and has spent years researching and investigating UFO sightings and extraterrestrial life. Within the UFO community, he has a reputation of one of the most respected voices in the field, building off of a legacy of groundbreaking discoveries and thought-provoking theories. Maussen's involvement in this case has actually raised a few eyebrows, though. Many people are questioning Maussen's motives and asking how far would he go to support his passion for uncovering secrets of extraterrestrial life. And as the scientific community scrutinizes the evidence, it becomes clear that something here isn't quite right. Something extraordinary definitely happened in Peru over 1,000 years ago, but what? Is it possible that Steven Spielberg got it right all along?
E.T. fallen home.
Skeptics are raising red flags about the lack of concrete evidence and the credibility of the researchers involved in the discovery. Some are even speculating that the whole thing might be a publicity stunt or a hoax designed to generate renewed interest within the UFO community. Why? Well, beneath the surface of the sensationalized headlines is a more sinister reality. I'll explain that in a moment. First, though, the story itself relies on anecdotal claims and unverifiable statements, rather than scientifically sound evidence and peer-reviewed research. Second is the carbon dating. It's not an exact science. Contamination and external substances can easily skew the results, leaving room for doubt and skepticism. And that's not to mention the obvious question: what was given to the lab to test in the first place? A creature sample, or a sample of the nearby diatomite? Third, the DNA testing. Can we actually trust it? According to the skeptics, the answer is no. DNA testing can also be influenced by contamination. And once again, we don't really know what was actually being tested. The result of the DNA testing itself gives us a clue: unknown, as in, we don't know. The fact that the university hasn't disclosed its methods or been transparent has only added fuel to the fire of skepticism. And last, there's the bombshell, the sinister reality that I promised to deliver on. A recent forensic analysis has revealed that the mummified aliens are made from a mixture of glue, metal, wire, and random parts. What the? This changes everything, leaving accusations that Maussen lacks a scientific background to conduct a credible investigation and is sensationalizing. If only the story was that simple. Serena D.C., a renowned actress and documentary filmmaker. I know, Tibor! I haven't heard of her either! Serena has proposed a stunning alternative theory. What if they're not aliens at all, but an actual, previously unknown extinct species of hominid that lived on Earth over 1,000 years ago? Or possibly, dolls that were created to pay homage to this extinct species. So are aliens living among us? Recent reports from the Pentagon on unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAP sightings, suggest that yes, they are. And then there's a new groundbreaking study from Harvard University. The Harvard study gives us shocking proof that shape-shifting aliens and lizard people are living among us on Earth today, right now. Whoa! I want to believe, and let's face it, it's impossible not to wonder about our place in the universe. But it is important to keep an open mind and consider all of the possibilities. So, what do you think? Are these genuine beings? And are they proof of extraterrestrial life? Are they an extinct hominid species of an ancient civilization lost in the sands of time? Or is this simply just an attention-grabbing hoax? Share your comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button. Your subscription means a lot to me. Yes, they know! It means a lot to Tibor too! And hey, if you live in Peru and have access to the mummies, let us know. Now, what about that Harvard study proving that aliens and lizard people are living among us? Get ready for a shocking revelation that will change everything you and I ever thought about life here on Earth. Harvard University professors have released a study claiming to prove that aliens, fairies, and lizard people have been living among us since the dawn of time and are still doing so to this very day. So keep an eye on the channel, or better yet, subscribe now and click on the notification button, because this mind-blowing new video will be dropping very soon. Thank you for watching, and until next time, have a great night.
This has been the Supernatural Chronicles. As the Carpathian night fades, many more mysteries remain. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and visit us online at www.supernaturalchronicles.com. Until next time, good night.